All right, Ashley. I want to find out how well you can read, so we're going to take a reading assessment. I'm going to be writing things and taking notes while you read so I can learn how to teach you best in reading. The first thing we're going to do is you're going to read words to me. I have some lists of words that I want you to read one word at a time. Some of the words will be easy for you and some may be hard. You are not expected to know all of the words. If you don't know a word right away, try your best to figure it out. I can't help you in any way, and I can't tell you whether you're right or wrong. Just do your very best. All right. So, I'm going to give you a list, and I want you to read the word when I say the number next to the word. The first list that we are going to read is the green list on the right side of that page. Could you read me the word next to number 1?
Stone.
Number 2?
Excited.
Number 3?
Shine.
Number 4?
Else.
Number 5?
Picked.
Number 6?
Promise.
Number 7?
Pieces.
Number 8?
Suit.
Number 9?
Push.
10?
Through. Though.
Okay. Number 11?
Begins.
12?
Food.
13?
Light.
14?
Visit.
15?
Clue.
16?
Breathe.
17?
Insects.
18?
Weather.
19?
Noticed.
And 20.
Season.
All right. Good job. Give me 1 second while I mark some things down. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you another list of words now. And I would like you to read them one at a time when I say the number. So we're going to start the blue list on the left. Could you read me the word next to number 1?
Finished.
Number 2?
Celebrate.
Number 3?
Believe.
Number 4?
Confused.
5?
Motor.
Number 6?
Rough.
Number 7?
Engines.
Number 8?
Tongue.
Number 9?
Crowd.
All right. Number 10?
Wool.
Number 11?
Removed.
Number 12?
Curious.
13?
Silver.
14?
Electric.
16? Or I'm sorry, 15, excuse me.
Introduced.
16?
Enemies.
17?
Glowed.
18?
Clothing.
19?
Interested.
And 20.
Explained.
All right, very good. 1 second. All right, we're going to do another word list. So this list has the pink box around it. Same thing, same directions. You're going to read the word for me as I read the number. Can you read me number 1?
Sunlight.
Number 2?
Desert.
Number 3?
Crops.
Number 4?
Travel.
Number 5?
Favorite.
6?
Adaptation.
All right, number 7?
Terribly.
Number 8?
Predator.
Number 9.
Illustrated.
10.
Oh, can.
All right. Number 11.
Pilot.
12.
Dynamite.
13.
Struggled.
14.
Symbolized.
15.
Competition.
16.
Passenger.
17.
Memorize.
18.
Invite.
19.
Adventure.
And 20.
Invented.
Very, very good. Give me 1 second. All right. Awesome job on the word lists. So now we're going to read some passages, okay? I'm going to hand you some passages, and I want you to do your absolute best to read as best you can. So don't try to go too fast. Don't try to go too slow. Go just right for you. And then let me get out my stopwatch on my phone. Okay. Okay. So again, I don't want you to go too fast. I don't want you to go too slow. All right. So I'm going to give you a passage, and before I give you the passage, before you read, I want to find out what you already know about some ideas in the text. So I will ask you a few questions. And again, I'm going to be writing things down while you're reading or answering questions, just so I can figure out how to best teach you in reading. Okay, what does celebration mean?
A party.
All right. What does it mean for you to miss someone?
You want to see them.
Okay. Now, or if you are sad, how can you cheer someone up? Or how can someone cheer you up?
Hug them.
All right. And how many candles are on a birthday cake?
5.
Okay. Just give me 1 second. Alrighty. So, you now get to show me how you can read on your own. I want you to read this passage orally or out loud. Because I need to remember all the things you do as a reader, I'm going to write notes and record this. I can't give you any hints or help if you come to a word you don't know. Just do your best and keep on going. When you're done reading, I'll ask you to retell what you read, and then I'll ask you some questions. All right. So can you start reading for me in your best reader voice?
Today was the day Rosa had eagerly been waiting for, her birthday. She was very happy, but she also felt sad. This would be the first birthday that she would celebrate without all her family around her. The company that Rosa's dad worked for had given him a wonderful promotion. But this meant that Rosa, her parents, and her little brother, Joe, had to move to another state. Rosa liked her home and friends, but she really wanted to celebrate her birthday with her grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins all around her. They had sent presents, but it wouldn't be the same if she couldn't thank them in person. They wouldn't be there to watch her blow out all the candles. And what kind of birthday would it be without listening to her grandparents' stories about growing up in Italy and Cuba? Also, 4 people could never sing as loudly or as joyful as her whole family could sing together. That night, Mama made Rosa's favorite meal. Afterwards, there was a beautiful cake. Mother, Father, and Jose sang happy birthday. while the 8 candles glowed. Rosa made a wish, took a deep breath, and blew out all the candles. I know I won't get what I wished for, she said to herself, but I'm going to wish for it anyway. Then it was time for presents. Rosa's father gave her the first present. It was a DVD. I think we should play it right now before you open any more presents, her father said. He put the DVD into the player. Suddenly, there on the television screen was the rest of Rosa's family, smiling and waving and wishing her a happy birthday. One by one, each person on the DVD asked Rosa to open the presents they had sent. Her father put the DVD on pause while Rosa did this. Then they explained why they had chosen that gift specially for Rosa. After all the presents were unwrapped, her family sang some favorite songs, and Rosa, her mother, father, and Jose joined in. Then Rosa's grandfather spoke to her. Rosa, this is a new story, one you've never heard before. I am going to tell it to you as a special birthday gift. It is about my first birthday in this country when I was very lonely for friends and family. It is about how I met your grandmother. When grandfather was finished, he and grandmother blew Rosa a kiss and the DVD was finished. Rosa felt wonderful. It's almost like having her family in the room with her. Rosa hugged her parents and her little brother. I didn't think I would get my wish, but I did, she said. That night, when Mama and Papa came to say goodnight to Rosa, they found her in bed, already asleep, with the DVD next to her. It had been the best birthday ever.
Awesome job. Very good reading. I like how you self-corrected some of those. You noticed that you made a mistake or you made an error on a word and it didn't make sense, so you went back and corrected it yourself. Just give me 1 second while I take some more notes. Alrighty. So now I'm going to ask you some questions. And these questions are based on what you read. I want you to think about it and answer them as best you can. And then I don't want you to look back at the passage while you're reading those. All right. The first question is, the story took place on what day?
Rosa's birthday.
All right. Very good. Number 2, at the beginning of the story, what was Rosa's problem?
She wasn't celebrating her birthday with her family.
Okay. And how old was Rosa on this birthday?
8.
Okay. What did Rosa wish for before she blew out the candles?
That she'd be able to spend her birthday with her family.
Okay. All right, what was on the DVD?
It was her family wishing her happy birthday.
All right. What special birthday gift did her grandfather give her?
He told her about how he came to the U.S. and met her grandmother.
Okay. And how did the DVD help to solve Rosa's problems?
It brought her family to her.
The last one, at the end of the story, where was the DVD?
In her bed with her.
All right, very good. You answered all those great. And you passed that reading level. So what we're about to do is we are going to go on to the next level up. So again, I'm going to give you a passage. I'm going to ask you some questions before you read the passage to me out loud. And then I'm going to ask you some questions after you read it. And I want you to try your best while you're reading. Use your best reader voice. And think about the questions that I'm asking after to answer them as best as you can. All right, so here is a passage. This one is a biography, and a biography is a story about someone's life, or a true story about someone's life. It tells all about them. So I'm going to ask you some questions before so I can see how well you're familiar and you know about this topic. Who was Amelia Earhart?
She was a pilot.
Okay. And what were the dangers of flying a small plane 100 years ago?
It can crash.
Okay. What is an adventure?
People that go out into the woods.
All right. Last one before we read. What are women's rights?
Voting.
Okay. 1 second. All right, very good. Same as before. You're going to read to me out loud. And I want you to try your best to sound out words you don't know. If you get stuck, I want you to try your best and keep moving on. I can't help you while you're reading. I just want you to try your hardest. So you can start whenever you're ready.
Amelia Earhart was an adventurer and a pilot in the field of flying. She did things no other woman had ever done before. During World War, Earhart worked as a nurse. She cared for pilots who had been hurt in the war. Earhart listened to what they said about flying. She watched planes take off and land. She knew that she, too, must fly. In 1928, Earhart was the first woman to cross the Atlantic in a plane, but someone else flew the plane. Earhart wanted to be more than just a passenger. She wanted to fly a plane across the ocean herself. For 4 years, Earhart trained to be a pilot. Then in 1932, she flew alone across the Atlantic to Ireland. The trip took over 14 hours. Flying may seem easy today, however, Earhart faced many dangers. Airplanes had just been invented. They were much smaller than our planes today. Machine problems happen quite often. There were also no computers to help her. Flying across the ocean was as frightening as sailing across it had been years before. Earhart knew the dangers she faced. However, she said, "I want to do it because I want to do it." Women must try to do things as men have tried. When they do fail, their failure must be a challenge to others. Earhart planned to fly around the world. She flew more than 20,000 miles. Then her plane disappeared somewhere over the huge Pacific Ocean. People searched for a long time and many gave up. Earhart and her plane were never found, but people are still looking.
All right, very good reading. Just give me 1 second. All right, just like last time, I'm going to ask you some questions about what you just read. I want you to try your best to answer each question. All right, the first question is, what was Amelia Earhart's main goal?
To fly.
Okay. Number 2, what was Amelia Earhart doing in a plane when she first crossed the Atlantic?
She was in it.
Okay, she was in it. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
She was the passenger.
Okay. Okay. Number 3. How long did it take Amelia Earhart when she flew alone across the Atlantic?
A long time.
A long time. Do you remember how long it was?
I don't know.
Okay. Why would flying alone across the Atlantic be especially dangerous thing to do?
She could run out of gas.
Okay. What was one of the dangers of flying in those early days?
You could get lost.
Okay. How do we know Amelia Earhart believed in equal rights for women?
She said women should do things men should do.
Okay. All right. What was Amelia Earhart trying to do when her plane disappeared? Excuse me.
She was trying to fly around the world.
Okay. And last question. Why do you think her plane was never found?
Her plane was very small.
Alrighty. Thank you for reading for me today and answering questions. Tomorrow we're going to keep working on this reading and we are going to grow lots of levels while we read. That was an improvisation. Thank you.